go right up to, but not connect over here. That will make those two intersections a little bit busy, but it might be okay. I might go ahead and do one of those. Let me trim that back again. Pull that out that way. Do one of those, and then... Alright, let's rezone this. They might still have a bit of a worker problem. Oh, we're getting some cars out this way. Where are you going, buddy? Exporting goods. Nice. Alright. Yeah, no, look, there's trucks. For some reason, they're like, where are you going? Exporting goods. You don't want to export to here. You want to export to there. I think because it's a different city connection. And I think that was one of the things I feel that we discovered with the rail. When I built the map, the rail's only connected on one side of the map. And I think by putting more rail connections, it would add more import and export options. This is one of the reasons I think there's quite a lot of trucks that are still importing and exporting goods via truck. Even though there's a rail station right here, I think it needs more city connections. Romex, thanks for the sub. Of course I'm losing weekly income. I just built these cargo stations. They're quite expensive, not to mention all the extra road maintenance, which is not really bringing in tax money right now. But look at that. Look at the amount of people who are using this stuff now. Okay, that makes me extremely happy. Are we getting much in the way of deliveries? Indeed we are. They have to make this silly little U-turn, but I'm okay with that. We'll see what happens later on. Okay, this is really quite good. Now, these areas here don't have any more resources. Correct? Well, you could theoretically do some farming, and there's oil over here. I think this is going to be an industrial zone. I mean, it's got so much cargo around, I think it would be foolish not to take advantage of it and make industrial zones. So this is going to force an intersection here, which is, you know, sort of sucky. Especially since there will be a lot of heavy truck traffic there. And yes, I will make these things less zigzaggy. It's just easy to get the layout now. I'm going to accept that little gap there. Whoops. Actually started an elevated road over there. I think that's actually going to be a good idea. One way. One way. Actually, I'm gonna... Oh, it'll create an intersection. I don't want to have everything need to use this, because it's going to create a bit of a bottleneck here. There we go. That will create an intersection. It's starting to be quite a few intersections here. Wow, there's so much truck traffic already. We haven't even zoned this area, and there's a ridiculous amount of truck traffic. People are happy to use this shipping. You know... Depending on where this stuff is coming from, and it might be coming from the other side of town, which would be a little unfortunate, but we might be saving ourselves a lot of external traffic. What I'm thinking is we should run a rail station out here too. Because then people could use the rail to ship goods to over here, or here, even better, here. And then from the rail station, go out to the cargo ships to export. So it sort of opens up the ability to use rail as an export tool on the other side of the map. We put it right on here. Does that make sense? Will it force people into awkward U-turns? I don't know how we're going to bring the rail in. Let's go ahead and elevate, because I'm going to want it to be elevated rail mostly. Then go to the straight tool and have it go nice and adjacent to the highway. That will be a relatively smooth bend in the end. So we're going to be bulldozing things a little bit here. Ooh, this is not going to be elevated enough. We can't bulldoze that little bit. Ooh. We might not be able to fit in here the way I was hoping. Unless we move this road. Or move the rail station. Oh, maybe if I bulldoze the rail and the cables, will that allow me to do that? Let's find out. Height too high. Poop. Poop, 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 poop. I mean, I should probably offer bypasses, is actually what's going on here. Instead of forcing people to go through stations, I should allow people to go around. I wonder if I can get this rail to go over this. I don't know. With the fact that it's a bridge, I'm betting... Oh, no, there we are. Nice. Very scenic. I like it. Let's switch the curvy tool over here. So... Bam. I don't know why, like, different bridges. Oh, probably because this is curved. It probably can't bridge the same way. Get a little temporary connection in there. Oh, we can't because the road was where I want it to be. Who dat? Add this to file. Oh, add these to files. Thanks for the sub. And you've got water. Good. Now... It's possible that trains from here would like to reach there, in which case we'll want to offer some sort of loop for this to turn around in the other direction, but it starts to be a little awkward. We might just not allow it. I could make a level crossing here, but then what about all these trains too? I don't know. Build around the station and connect behind it. What, over here? City Skylines is Railroad Tycoon 4 in disguise. God, I love Railroad Tycoon. Look how much traffic we have over here. Now, we might be able to improve the flow if I did something like continue forward with a one-way here and then connect over here. That will create an intersection here, but it might be unavoidable. You know what I don't like? No, that's true. That's the issue here. Bondos. Is people are having to make an awkward corner here, which is no good. Can I move this just over here? Because what you want to make sure is that people who are going to the cargo place are coming in on the right. So that way they don't have to cross traffic. And then the same thing when they leave on the right. Even though this is a two-way here, I want to use one-ways to force traffic to use it in a certain way. Also, by having these one-ways coming off of this, you don't get an intersection, which is very nice. You only get intersections where traffic comes back in. Oh, we lost our power connection. There we go. So that should make this flow a little bit better. Still might not fix everything. But it's something. Here's a bunch of vehicles that were already on the path, and like now they're on the wrong way. And then the advantage is everyone who's coming here gets off this little avenue right away. They do clutter it up over here. What I could do is pull in the one way somewhere else too or something, but I think this will be okay. All right, let's zone up this bad boy. We still have a lot of commercial demand. Not to mention, we're going to be short on workers, especially so far away. Oop, pause. We need to make sure to region this up. That's not the region tool. This is the region tool. There we go. Like, why is the cursor so small? This was oil over here, wasn't it? I might be wrong. It's partially oil. I could still make this whole area oil industry. Everything over here would be oil processing. But I think what I'll do is actually trim it back like this. And then extend this out like this. What the hell is that thing? Oh, just a rock. How oily is everything? There's a mod to keep this active. Oh, there's a bit of a gap, but I think I'll go ahead and... Whoa! There's another creeper attack. Thank you for the donation, the tip. Let me check that in a second here. We're also going to name this oily area after a subscriber. Who is that from? Fox813. It's not much, but I hope it helps. Thanks for entertaining. I think I'm the only one watching from Estonia. Estonia? That's cool. I gotta say, it is not a very large demographic, Estonia. You might not be the only one watching. Well, you might be the only one watching live. That's possible. So this is the Snox 91 oil fields. Alright, let's go ahead and water up this area over here. This is not particularly efficient placement of the water pipes. But I don't care right now. And I did zone this area, yeah. So we'll get some conventional industrial, and then we'll get some oily industrial as well. We'll go ahead and get a police station, fire station, hospital, crematorium. We'll get a couple down. Never want to pile up too many dead people. And an incinerator here. Okay. Might want some bus lines and things. That power will kick in, so we'll just wait for that. But yeah, we need to get some new commercial areas and residential areas. We need infinity amounts of that. At least one other Estonian I can see. And now everyone's got to say who they're from, where they're from. Norway, Sweden, USA, Latvia, Iceland. It always surprises me the number of people who watch from Nordic countries. You guys are huge nerds, obviously, since you like these games so much. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And we've got this sort of weird U-turny crossing behavior over here. We might make some adjustments at some point. But for now, it's not too bad. Yeah, people are going so far away to use this. In, out, in, out. There was a lot of demand for imports and exports, and I'm happy, or mostly exports. We have a thriving industrial community, so we probably should make more use of offices. But, you know, it's a challenge. Industry is a challenge between pollution and the traffic. And challenges are fun. Boop, boop, boop. Who's that? Dear Helmy! What do you use to navigate in CS? Oh, movement seems so smooth. No, I'm mostly using the keyboard. That's it. And then the middle mouse button to pan around. But yeah, keyboard. I really kind of wish that you could drag maybe with the right mouse button or the middle mouse button or some damn thing. Or shift click and drag. Like, I do like pulling things like that in some games. But yeah, WASD. That's it. Alright. Let's get a commercial area set up over here. Now, how are we going to not interfere with the current traffic? Not to mention, we want to avoid making accidental shortcuts. Well, we'll make good use of one-ways. Let's go ahead and pull off a one-way here, because we know this won't create an intersection, and then it gives us our kind of guide. We're feeding in from here, so we could have... Oh yeah, we actually need an extra pixel, an extra cell. Or is it 2? No, just the one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off this way. But then I'm going to use the upgrade version to flip this around. There we go. So we can come in here, go out there, and then we'll do a one-way that goes the opposite direction. Look at me using, like, an actual one-way grid. Oh, a bit of a road there. I think we might want to get rid of that. We'll figure it out. And again, I'll draw the one-way the incorrect direction first. Oh. All right, we'll do that. We'll create a traffic light, but that's life. Actually, it won't because we're going to flip this around. Because this one goes that way. And yeah, I think what I'm going to do is... Well, maybe we connect over here. Now, I can't do it right now because the angles are a little too aggro. Connect here and then just connect to this street. Will that create too much traffic? It might be okay. I guess we have no choice but to bulldoze that. You hear me, people? I had no choice. And also, all that. Eminent Domain, people. It's the way of the world. And then it has to come in kind of at an angle. But hey, at least it won't create any traffic lights. And then I'm no longer going to use a one-way here. I'll just use a two-way, because this is internal enough that there shouldn't be that much traffic. We'll get this whole area zoned out. There we go. Do one of those. No one should be using this as a shortcut to anything, which is good. I'm not even going to connect this to over here. And we'll see how that goes. Eminent Domain? Not Imminent Domain, of course, yes. It's imminently about to be in my domain. Yes, Eminent Domain. Lots of commercial. Because we do have, like, tons of demand for it all the time. Of course, putting, you know, the commercial zoning right on our avenue can tie up quite a bit of traffic. Or, you know, as people sort of start and stop here. There's an incinerator over there, which is less than ideal. Let me paintbrush this. But we'll figure that out when we get there. Ooh, that, hold on. That is residential. So I'm going to put in a buffer zone of office space. Like so. Get in some more commercial. And then a little bit more office space as a buffer. Whoops, that is not the one I want. Actually use them okay. Just like that, because office space isn't bothered by noise pollution. Or at least not as much. And then we'll just housing up the rest. Like that. Come on, people, we need workers. Also, you probably need water. Let's go ahead and zone this area here, because we might eventually fill it. And we've got the magic 440 simoleon, not simoleon, but length of tube over here. Minimizes overlap. I guess this doesn't matter too much, since there's going to be a bunch of overlap regardless. We'll get that going and see how it goes. Oh, this is an incineration plant. So, we really should not have any housing right near it. There we go. Something like that. And we'll also want to make sure to get some parks going. Where's the park I really like to place? This one, there we go. Because it fits in nicely into the block structure. those. Looks like we can use a little over here. And probably a little more over here. Some people are complaining about water. I suppose I can't blame them. I also like flushing toilets. Speaking of, I should probably go and take a bio break in a second here. And refill my water. Let me make sure these guys are being serviced well enough. Could use a little bit of health services. Let's drop a hospital there. We're going to go for... We'll put a crematorium right next to the incinerator. And then we'll drop another one right in here. Looks like it does want some fire as well. Or fire services. And police. And we do need some education. Boom. Okay. Lots of happiness. People should come in relatively quickly. It's been a while since our population has grown, but of course, a lot of that... Oh yeah, see right now, I don't have everything zoned over here. Because of reasons. But we should get that. We will need some public transit out here. I mean, people will drive a fair way to work. But we will want that. I kind of want to zone another residential area before I take my break. Then let's go ahead with a two-way road that does not quite connect. And then a little bit more one-wayness this way. And again, I'll do the thing where I connect up here and then flip it around. Boop, 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 boop. Like so. I hope they don't use this as a shortcut. To the point where I may not want to have a connection that goes all the way through. For example, if I actually upgrade this to a two-way and bulldoze that. Like this. And then this is a one-way. Actually, no, I guess probably want to convert it to a two-way at this point. Do something like that, and then one-way out. There's a possibility people will use this as a bit of a shortcut to get over here, but it's a lot less of an incentive. So they can come in here, they can leave there, they can also come in here. So they've only got the one exit. What I'm going to do is, this is all two-way. But then I'm going to have a one-way exit over there. It's another way to leave this neighborhood. Kind of a bit of an awkward corner, but it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, I want this to be very residential. Not right up to the boats. Well, I'll paint most of it and then probably unpaint some of it here. Some commerce here, which can be supplied quite easily from here. I don't know what the noise pollution is going to be like across here. I can upgrade these roads to be the tree-lined avenue, which seems like a good idea. Because housing. There's likely to be a fair amount of traffic on all this, too. Why? Oh, there we go. I missed a section. I mean, it wouldn't have impeded traffic, but it sure as hell looked stupid. Let's make sure this island is watered, and then, yeah, speaking of watered, I will need to take a short break. 440. I mean, the overlap here doesn't really matter, because it's mostly overlapping the sea. But for the sake of argument, let's make it look halfway decent. And I'm going to go ahead and draw this area out preemptively. How come it's... there's the snap. 440. Okay. It's not that kind of demand, I guess. Well, if we pretty the area up, people should come here. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we continue. When we come back, we're going to keep working on these new areas. And then we're going to make a pass through some of this old stuff to see how badly traffic has backed up. And as we can see, it's backed up quite poorly over here. So we might have to do something about that. Again, I haven't liked this intersection in a while, and it's been disabling our metro stops. Yeah, we're gonna redo this. We're gonna restructure this. It's not gonna look like a roundabout in the end. What we might end up playing with is a few overpasses. And I'm gonna get rid of the highways. I don't want to use any highways, except, you know, we're forced to use a little bit of highway at the start here. Other than that, no highways. So I'm gonna replace this with 6-lane avenue stuff. All right, be back after a short pause. See you in a couple of minutes.